It's your girl Amina, and the girls are moving in. But don't get too comfy. We have 22 women left. We had 32. Now we are 10 down. So we got to get into the drama. We have 2 group dates and we have 1 one-on-one. So I'm going to break that down for you. So we have group date number 1, and it is the wedding. And of course, all the women are running to the room trying to find the dress that they're going to wear to present themselves to Joey as the new missus. And they are at a wedding, and they're just basically showing Joey like how they would be at their actual wedding. So all the girls were coming with their A games. The girls were not playing this episode at all, as they should. You know, there's so many women, so they have to compete. And I will say the girls really brought it this episode. Now, one thing that did stand up to me a lot was Lauren. So as you guys know, I am not a big fan of Lauren, but I really felt bad for Lauren because it brought a lot of emotions to her, because she realized that her father has passed away and that he's not going to be able to be there. It's a fresh wound, you know, so she's still grieving. You know, grieving is different for everyone. It comes and it goes. And so I really felt bad for Lauren during this episode, and it was really hard for her, and she didn't really have much time with Joey. So I felt pretty bad that this was the situation for her. But moving on, all of the girls, really, like I said, all the girls really brought their A game. And one thing that we should mention is Evelyn. Oh my gosh, she is very athletic. The women had to do musical chairs and walking around to see who was going to sit next to Joey during the wedding reception. And man, for all that Evelyn did with flying over that table, I would have hoped that she would have got the chair, but she didn't. Evelyn ended at the end. But that was really good, and it did make you stand out. Like, I will say that. I learned your name. Like, now I know your name even more by heart because you stood out. You know, you made yourself known. So that was brownie points for Evelyn. She's very athletic. You know, and then we had, of course, the drama that carried over from the first episode, and that was Jess. You know, Jess is going to find a way to get her smooches out of Joey. I will say that. And Joey does not mind kissing her. I don't know if it's just me, but Joey will kiss any of the women in front of the others. Like, he does not care. Maybe he's just in the moment, but Jess is going to find a way to get her a kiss, and Taylor is going to remain a hater. Taylor, my goodness, girl, worry about yourself. Put yourself out there. Stop worrying about Jess and what she's doing, and fight for your man. It's just ridiculous at this point. But the woman that made the best impression was Rachel. Rachel gave an amazing speech. You know, everyone does a toast at a wedding, and she did an amazing speech, and it really did feel like them two were in a relationship. Ultimately, she won, and Rachel and Joey had their very first dance together, and they kissed. It was beautiful. I really felt like I was at their wedding. Like, it was so cute. And I started rooting for Rachel. I didn't really, you know, see her as one of my top, but I don't know, you guys. I don't know. I'm a Rachel lover. All right, and then so we had the little after hours after the group date. All the women get another chance to talk to Joey, and then he'll give out, you know, the rose more time after the group dates. And, you know, everyone was very emotional during this after hours. I don't know what it was. The only person that I felt like, you know, actually could be emotional was Lauren at the time, because she was talking about her father and everything. But understandably also Jess. And Jess, you know, she got emotional talking about her past relationships. And then we also had Maria. One thing I would say about Maria is she is spicy. And like I said, I love her wardrobe. I love her wardrobe. This only been episode 2, and she is coming with the outfits. I just love her style. And I loved how she slipped into something more cute. You know, she showed a little bit more skin. A lot of the women did not really like that. But Joey liked it. He loved it, matter of fact. But one thing I will say about Maria is that I hope that she gets a little bit deeper besides her looks. You know, you're not going to win Joey's heart. You're not going to get a proposal by just your looks. You're going to need to do a lot more than just looking beautiful. You know, when somebody is, you know, going to spend the rest of their life with you, yeah, looks will only get you in the door, but there got to be more than that. So I really hope that Maria does bring it, because she is one of my top people that I love. But I hope that she can bring more and share more about herself. All right, so at the end of cocktail hour, Joey, of course, has to give out a rose, and this woman is going to be safe, and that was Jess. Now, Jess, she really did share about her past relationships, and she really opened up to Joey. And I want all the women to really, take note of this. Like, if you're coming on this show, there's only a certain amount of weeks that you get to be with Joey. You go long days without even seeing Joey. So you have to make your mark and you have to share. I know, like, it's a reality show. I know I wouldn't be comfortable with sharing, but these women need to start sharing, because every single time, like, we've seen it after season, that the women that are most vulnerable and share, those are the ones that come on top. So Jess, I know it does seem like Jess really cares for Joey, and she, in return, Joey appreciated her being vulnerable, and he likes her as well, so he gave her the rose. I'm just saying, these women need to open up a little bit more. That's all I'm gonna say. I know it's only episode 2, but if you want to be the missus, you gotta open up more. All right, so then we had the one-on-one, and that is with Daisy. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I am Team Daisy. She is one of my top 5 that I chose. But nonetheless, Daisy and Joey go on a date, and of course, they're in a helicopter. Now, we all know that Daisy has this history with her hearing, and so I know I was shocked. Like, oh my gosh, she's going to be in a helicopter. Will she be able to hear him? But she stated that it was fine. She could hear everything because they had the headphones. So that was really great. Then they get down to their date, and it's a music festival. You guys, I can't make this up. What were the producers thinking? But, I mean, I know Joey, he picks these dates, and they have an interest in music. So, you guys, I felt like it was kind of awkward at first. Like, it was very awkward because, like, we're waiting to see when she's going to tell him. And then, like, there's all these different, obstacles that she's going through with being just on this one date. But she said that she was perfectly fine, and she decided to share with him at dinner. And Daisy's story is very unique, and it is like, Daisy is a survivor, you guys, and I know that Joey, he really appreciated her sharing that with him, especially like this is like, kind of like her first time really dating since the whole situation with her ear. So I thought that the two really had a really good conversation. I wasn't really a fan of the date because I'm just like, there's all these obstacles, but in the end, it made it worth it when they were able to sit down and talk about it. So hopefully she gets to go on another one-on-one, because that's terrible. I kind of wish she would have said it before, but everyone processes it at their own time. So she told him when she was ready. So I'm glad that they got that out the way so that they can continue their relationship and dig deeper and talk about things. All right, and then the second boot camp date, and there was 2 teams, and both teams they had to run and get each other's hearts. There was the blue team and there was the pink team, and they both had to run. And let me just say, everyone was very athletic. Like I said, these girls were not playing around. They were not playing around this episode at all. And the number 1 star that actually was bringing it was Edwina, and Joey recognized that. He absolutely did. Her team, they were able to win the trophy, and I just thought that this group date was actually fun. I really love the group dates because they're always doing something fun and unique. But Edwina and Joey, they had a special connection, and they talked in the after hours, and I thought that they had, Edwina sharing her story about her family. It gave Joey, it opened up Joey to, give her the rose because she's being vulnerable. Keyword vulnerable. We want vulnerable women. We want you to open up. There's only so many weeks, and there's a lot of women. You have to stand out. You have to be vulnerable. He has to get to know you. You have to open up. That's just how it is, you guys. All right, and then finishing the episode, we had cocktail hour. So the women, they're just trying to have their conversations because they need to have that one-on-one with Joey before eliminations again. So, as always, there's always drama at cocktail hour. And this time, I'm not too sure if it was worth it. We had the drama with Medina stating that she felt like she was too old for Joey and that maybe he might not want her. And, Maria, she overheard this and she started gossiping herself, which, Maria, you should have just kept your mouth closed. We were all thinking it with her whining about her age, but you don't have to say it. Some things you just don't have to say, but that's just who Maria is. And, And I love her for it. I love her for it. You know, she's not one to hold back. And Maria stated, like, you know, she's older too. Like, that has nothing to do with anything. You know, if Joey, you know, didn't want you there, he wouldn't have you there. And Miss Messy, Sydney, overheard it and decided to tell Medina. And it just started this whole drama, be like a whole drama triangle, like between them three. And then, you know, Maria, she tried to squash everything with Medina. And it kind of semi squashed a little bit. But it was right before her date with Joey. So it kind of like messed up her mood. Like all this nonsense of drama messed up her mood. So it was like a weird interaction with her and Joey, of course. But Sydney was just starting a lot of drama in the house with Maria and Medina. And it was a mess. All right, you guys. So one of my favorite parts of the evening was when Lauren decided to take herself home. She decided to go home. We all love it because I did not want the sisters to be there. Like I said, I wanted that whole sister thing wrapped up fast. It was getting old, it was weird, and it was nasty. But anywho, Lauren decided to go home because she is still grieving her father. And there's just a lot just surrounding that. But honestly, I feel like there was more, you know. I honestly believe that it was getting too much. Allison was winning when it came to Joey. And there was no point of Lauren being there. They didn't have really a connection. So it was really pointless. On top of that, you know, it just brings up so many emotions for Lauren. This is my opinion, you guys. This is my opinion. But I feel like she eliminated herself because she knew that she was probably going to go home soon anyway. So she just took herself out of the whole race. And then she was acting like a brat, even on the way home. She was supposed to get a red velvet cake for her and Joey, and it wasn't red velvet. She's throwing this cake and just acting like a brat. I wanted her to go home. Like, you would think that Allison is the bigger sister, not Lauren. Lauren acts like a complete brat. So I'm happy that she went home. Got rid of the trash every week. Let's keep it coming, Joey. Let's keep it coming. Good pick. All right, so with this cocktail hour and with eliminations, we had Lauren self-eliminate herself. And then we had Erica. I was so sad, you guys. Erica went home. Then we had Marlena. And then we also had Taylor, thank God, as well. Taylor was just a hater of Jess, and we need the trash to go away. We don't need any haters. We don't need people stirring up drama. I'm just waiting for Sydney to go home. That's about it. All right, you guys. So that concludes episode 2's recap. And like I said, I'm going to give you guys my top contestants that I think that Joey should pick. And for episode 2, it's kind of changed a little bit, you guys. So my top, I give you 4 this episode. So that would be Maria. It would be Edwina, Rachel, and then also Daisy. So those are my top 4, you guys. Comment below what your top 4 for this episode was. And I'll see you guys next time.